Hi, everybody. This is Gary Demas, Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. So the Fed left rates unchanged, but we still got some pretty massive volatility in both directions. This, to me, it all depends on how we open tomorrow, but we had this drop, made it right down to the 50% retracement. We bounced back up again, and then we came and we took this low out, but then regained it again. This is often a setup for the bullish side. I'm not saying it's definitely going to work that way. I know we had some earnings after hours, Microsoft and I think Meta, but in any case, if we see this open up here, we'll probably have a little bit of a pause right at the previous highs to 60.74, and then we'll most likely come back down and test the top of this support right here and then take off. So if we see the S&P take out these highs and come up to these levels, or let's say even closes the gap today and then comes down and tests this support and then heads up, I'd be very careful shorting. Most likely, we're going to be heading up to close the gap up at the 60.90. Now, you can see here we had the bearish divergences. So this had me leading I was on the side of short-term weakness, but we didn't have any sell signals on the hourly chart. We got this, but this you can say played out just because it was a really good drop. The bearish divergences is there. We got into oversold levels, and we got the bounce. So to me, we're going to have to set up some new types of either buy or sell signals. So if we come down and let's say, let me give you both angles on this one. So here you can see this right here was the low. That was all the way down at the 59.61. So to get some buy signals, we would need to take out these lows, and we'd probably be looking somewhere into the 59.50, but more likely down to this 59.10 level. Again, if we head up, then I'm going to be looking at the 60.90 and then up at the previous high, 61.30. So that's really the way to look at this because we're kind of in no man's land right now. That's probably the best way to put this. We had the sell signals. This played out. We don't have buy signals. We don't have sell signals. Got into oversold levels here, but we kind of bounced back up. So I'm not really too convinced, and I want to wait and see what happens tomorrow. But you can see the buyers were stepping in. So this buyer right here is really the important one. So this zone, if we see this taken out and these lows here, then it's going to be more of a bearish type view because this buyer right here will be trapped, and he'll, most likely will be a buyer that is going to turn into a seller. So we have to keep an eye on this level here, anywhere from the 60.35 down to the 60.12. Still coughing. So anyway, like I said, we're kind of in this no man's land, and the best way to trade this right now would be that if these highs are taken out, anticipate that we are coming up and closing the gap at the 60.64, and probably more likely going to take out these highs and then close this gap up at the 60.93. If we take that out, then we're probably heading up to new all-time highs. So it's more of a trade as you go tomorrow. I don't have any major, here you can see we actually had some buy signals. So this move made sense, but it was, the Fed day, so nobody really knows what is going on with it. You don't know which way the algorithms are pointing and stuff like that. So if I'm open. Again, I'm using this high right here, the 60.56. If it does that, 60.65 is not that much higher, but obviously I'd be looking at a move up to the 60.75, and if they get above that, then we're here. Now, if the bears can come in, take out these lows at the 60.28, obviously this is the important support level right here at the, as I've been saying, between the 60.16 and the 60.12. And if that gets taken out, that's probably when I'm looking at a move that's going to be coming down. Actually, let's do this. Let me see which way. Okay, yeah. So if we lose this line, you can see that we have support. Well, fib support at the 60.05, and then down at the 59.86 level. So these are, if these lows are taken out, then we want to look at this as the buy zone. And if they hold, then we want to be a little bit cautious, because this shouldn't. If the pattern that I'm referring to, where it looks like a bear trap right here, if it doesn't play out, then this is crossed out. And from there, we got to see how resistance holds. So we don't, like I said, we don't have any major clues on either side. I guess the best thing we want to do is simply wait for what Mr. Market is going to do at the open tomorrow, and see if any of the support or resistance levels are taken out. So for the fund, we actually had a decent trade. It was a 100% market neutral trade, and I made it when it was up here. So what I did was I bought the 60-65 calls, and I bought the 60-40 puts. And once it got down to these levels, I just closed them both, and we, had a decent day, $4,000. So now I've had a couple emails about the T3 and all that. They had some issues with their Los Angeles office, and the guy that I'm dealing with has been going back and forth. He's one of the directors there. So he just said, he goes, keep doing what you're doing. He goes, he said that just give him a little bit longer to get everything going. But he said that they're keeping track of everything. They love what they're seeing. So it's not that. It's just more of, we ran into the end of the year and they didn't want to make any new, commitments. Or they didn't want to put out any more money until the new year. And then we had all the stuff that went on with with all these fires in LA. So it will be there. Like I said, we're just trucking along. It's not, it's not like we're sitting back and we're waiting for this. So things are starting to go pretty well. And, I think they're going to continue to go well, because we've been trading the market pretty good on both sides, and really taking market neutral positions and then closing them out once we have a decent profit. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I will talk